Hi everybody, it's Christina, and in today's video I'm going to be using the alternate stitched Nestables. Now these are core shapes that will help to build out all the other die sets that you have, and in this one we have square, circle and the 5x7. There are also some labels that have the same alternate stitch detail on them, and we've also got two sets of words, and these will help you to build up sentences for just about anything that you need. So for today's card I'm going to use the square and the circles, and these are the amount of dies that you get in each set, and yours will not come on a magnetic sheet. I store these on these sheets myself just to keep them safe inside the packs. So for the base card I've taken the largest square one and I have cut one piece in white, and I've taken the largest circle one and cut another piece in white. So with the square piece all I'm going to do is fold this in half, and we'll just press that nice and neatly down there so that we have a good crease line on it. So once I have this folded in half, I'm going to take the stitched card and some patterned paper, and I'm going to cut this piece out with the stitched edge around it. So once I have the stitch detail in the edges of this, I've done it in two separate pieces because I don't want bulk at the top where the card folds. So by doing it like this, it just enables a nice neat fold in that card so that it will stand like so. So once I've done that, I've taken the stitch detail from the circles die, and I've cut another one in the same pattern, and that's going to sit on there. So I've stuck one piece in place, but before I add the other piece to the front I'm going to wrap this with some ribbon, and if I glue it on the back and then add it to the card, it will be a nice neat finish to that design. So once you've done that, you're going to glue this to the top of the white one, and then you're going to slide it underneath the ribbon and glue it to the front of the card. Make sure you leave just a nice equal border around all the edges, and then that will slide under there and glue in place. And once you've done that, you can add a little spot of glue to that ribbon just to keep that in place. You can also add a bow in there if you wish. So we'll just make a little bow with this ribbon, and we'll glue this in place. We'll just trim that off and we'll add that in there along the bottom. So once you've got to this stage, take the banners, and you can use any that you want, and I'm taking these three. I'm going to cut that in white, that in pink, and this one also in white. Now from the pink card that's left, I've taken birthday wishes, and I'm going to cut those out as well. And then once I've done that, I shall ink the edges of the word with the pink. Now I'm going to add this with some foam to the back, and that will just raise that up a little bit from the card. And then once we've done that, we need the addition of some flowers, because no card for me is complete without at least one flower. So we'll add that in there, make sure that's straight, and then we'll go back to the circle dies. So what we're going to do is take this stitched one and the very smallest one, and we're going to, and this one, and we're going to cut some circles with those. So we want one of these, and as many layers of this as you need, and I'm going to do 3. So with this small one I've cut 2. I've cut one and coloured it pink and the other one and coloured it yellow. So those are the 2 pieces there, and I'll show you what I want those for after. Now these are going to be my flower, and these will all be done, no matter how many layers you do, they will all be done the same way. We'll come back to that one last. So the first thing we're going to do is fold this in half. Then we're going to open it out and fold it in half the other way. Now once you've done that, you're going to take some scissors and you're only going to cut part of the way down this fold. So we're just going to cut down there, and we'll do that on all 4 of them. Now these sections need dividing again, so I'm going to cut it into thirds. So there's 1, 2, there's my 3 sections, and I'm going to do that all the way around this circle. I'm not cutting all the way to the centre, I'm only going part way in. Okay, so there's all my different sections. Now once I've done that, take your scissors and you're going to start in the centre of the petal and curve it around, and you're going to do that on all of them. Now once you've got that, turn it over and go the other way, curving the petal the other way around. Okay, so there's your first petal to your flower. We'll move those out of the way. Now what we need to do now is take that ink and we're just going to colour the edges of those petals. So I'm just using the ink that's actually on my little brush. I'm not adding any more. And then once we've done that, we can take our mat, flip it over. So with my ball tool, I'm just going to stroke down each of these petals, just to curl them in. And then once I've done that, I can flip it over and press it into the centre. Now once I've done that with 2 other petals, I will have these shapes. So with this piece now that's left, we're going to do the same, fold it in half, fold it in half again, and then we're going to use the little quarters as a guideline. So we're going to snip down part of the way, but this time we're going to put in lots of different cuts down to that centerpiece. Now I inked mine pink, and I forgot to do it with this one, but you're better off doing it before you actually do the cuts. And this would also look pretty done in black. So let's see if we can just ink over it with the, yes we can. Okay, so once we've done that, we can add that to the mat, and we can run our ball tool around that, and then we can flip it over and just press it into the centre. So once I've got these, they all want gluing together. Now you can make as many of these flowers as you want, and you can add as many of layers as you wish to your flower. So we'll just glue these in place. Add the centrepiece. And then pop this on top. Now I'm going to add a yellow one to the top of mine, but you could add a pink one in if you wished, and the pink one I'm going to add to the top of that bow. Now to create the leaves, when you don't have dies for your leaves and your flowers, just take some spare white card, and all you're going to do is just draw a leaf shape on your card. Cut around that, and then I'm going to ink it in green. So I've just put some paler green onto the leaves themselves, and I'm going to use a dark green just to add some shade at the bottom. There we are, and for these, all I've done with those is just cut out the shape, freehand, and then coloured it in. And that's all I've done with those. And that's if you don't have dies to create your flowers. You need never be lost, because you can always create your own if you have circle dies. So now once we've got that, and as I say, you can add as many flowers into yours as you wish. I'm going to add these now to my card to create a really pretty display. There we go, that'll do fine. I think that one might be a little bit too much. So I'm going to glue those in place, and then I'll come back to you. And now, just to finish the card off, I'm going to add some sequins in. And I've also added some accent glaze to the centre of the flower, and I've put some glue around the leaves and the petals, and I've just sprinkled that with some glitter. So there's my card now, finished. Just leave it on one side and allow it to dry. So there's my finished card that will stand by itself, and I've used items from the alternate stitched Nestables. So I've used the squares and the circles, I've used one of the banner sets, and some words from the All Occasions sets 1 and 2. All my dies are available at Cross Stash, so I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.